Evening, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to this little corner of the internet where we try to relax and drink and have a good time among friends. And you might say to me, Dave, I don't have any friends. And I'll reply to you, random internet person, that I'm right here. So let's have a drink. Let's relax. Let's pontificate. Do a little reading too. And yeah, be very honored if you would join me. Anyway, nothing too crazy tonight. It's been a very long week. Had a big project at work, and a lot of moving IT equipment and stuff around. And you'd be surprised. A lot of that stuff's pretty heavy. Carts and wheeling it around. It's a big place. It's a big place where I work. So anyway. Just winding down with some chamomile tea. Nothing too crazy. We don't want to wake up with a headache, right? Anyway, without further ado, cheers to you. And Jesus too. Always hits the spot, especially on cold nights like this. It's good. It's good. Anyway, try to keep it short tonight. I just was doing my daily reading. I try to keep myself informed. I always try to tell myself I want to be better tomorrow than I am today. And I want to be better today than I was yesterday. So I'm always reading, trying to suck up new information and new knowledge. So found this article in one of my one of the sites that I browse. And it's called The Real Scandal of the Spending Bill by Dr. Ron Paul, who was an esteemed member of Congress not too long ago, but he retired. And he runs his own institute called the Ron Paul Institute. But I actually found this article on a website, LouRockwell.com, which is a must-read for intellectuals, I must say. Very stimulating stuff there, so check it out when you get some time. Ron Paul Institute and Lou Rockwell. I'll link it below in the comments. Good stuff. So, a little background. You know, obviously lockdowns, shutdowns, and Congress was talking about giving people money. $600, maybe $2,000. It's, as far as I know, it's still in the works. I don't think they've settled. They might have settled on the $600. I don't know. But last I heard, was it Mitch McConnell? Lindsey Graham, one of those guys killed it. I know the president wanted to sign the 2,000, but anyway, Ron Paul had some interesting thoughts about this bill, which they attached to a spending bill, and have to say I agree with most of it, and curious to get your thoughts about it as well. So I'll just read it. Like I said, the title: "The Real Scandal of the Spending Bill." And it reads as follows. Last week, Congress passed a massive virus, can't say the full thing because YouTube algorithms, virus relief and omnibus spending bill. President Trump threatened to veto the bill, saying he wants an increase in the amount for stimulus checks, authorized by the bill from $600 to $2,000. The checks are designed to help those harmed by the lockdowns. President Trump also demanded a cut in some of the wasteful spending contained in the bill, such as $10 million for gender programs in Pakistan. $10 million for gender programs in Pakistan. That seems like an appropriate use of taxpayer money, especially for the country that was harboring bin Laden, hiding him. Moving on. At the 11th hour, however, President Trump signed the bill. President Trump's veto threat came after many people complained that a $600 one-time payment was insufficient, and that the payment could be higher if Congress cut spending on militarism, foreign aid, and corporate handouts. No disagreement there. The text of the 5,593-page bill, is that all? 5,000 pages, all right, was made available hours before the votes in the House and Senate. Representatives and senators were told the bill had to pass immediately, or else government would shut down around Christmas. This does not excuse voting for the bill. Congress should have refused to vote for this bill until members had time to read it. Those who voted yes should not get away with claiming the bill was needed to be passed before members could read it. While it is understandable that many are outraged over the way this bill was rushed through, the real outrage is that the rushed passage of omnibus bills has become a yearly Christmas tradition on Capitol Hill. These spending bills are always full of outrageous special interest giveaways. This practice denies the average member of Congress a meaningful role in carrying out one of Congress's two most significant constitutional duties, funding the government. Congress long ago abandoned its other main constitutional responsibility, declaring war. Whether $600 or $2,000, a one-time stimulus payment is hardly adequate compensation for the suffering the government lockdowns have inflicted on the American people. Stimulus checks will not reopen closed small businesses or stop increases in domestic violence and substance abuse. A government check will not restore educational and development opportunities denied to children stuck at home struggling with virtual education. A one-time check will not compensate workers for the health problems developed due to having to wear a mask for 8 hours a day. The only just solution is to end the lockdowns and never again allow overblown fears to justify shutting down the economy. I'd like to add, $2,000 won't bring back all the people that committed suicide. And $2,000 isn't going to magically make all these illnesses made worse by people who couldn't see their doctors, people who are locked out of the healthcare system because of this thing going around that they couldn't see their doctors and they couldn't get the help that they needed. Outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. Anyway. Funding the government via massive omnibus bills drafted in secret and rushed into law concentrates power in the hands of a select few representatives and senators. It also gives the president excessive influence over the appropriations process. This is exactly the opposite of what the framers intended when they gave Congress power over government spending. This situation is the inevitable result of a government that tries to maintain the fiction that Republican institutions are compatible with a welfare warfare leviathan. Congress will continue to indulge this delusion until the system collapses. This collapse will likely be brought on by a collapse in the dollar's value. I would also like to add this will continue until we say it doesn't. Until we the people stand up and say no more. We could put a stop to this. We really could. The combination of the high-profile virus bill with this year's omnibus spending bill has brought new attention to Congress's practice of funding the government via massive, unread appropriations bills. Hopefully, the anger people are expressing, instead of just disappearing once people receive their checks, will strengthen the movement to return to free markets and limited constitutional government. Liberty is a far better option than a descent into economic chaos and totalitarianism. Couldn't have said it better myself, Dr. Paul. Thank you. $600, $2,000, yeah, it's better than nothing. But I'll tell you what, what's best is to end the lockdowns and let people reopen their businesses. You know, I'm not saying this virus isn't a threat. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm not saying it's a conspiracy. But with some basic precautions, we can get through this. You know, basic hygiene, wash your hands, wear a mask, you know. And I get the anti-mask people. I get your argument. And I agree with most of it. I get it. I really do. So don't think that I'm trying to say, oh, wear a mask and I'm one of those people. But like I said, when I go into a store, I wear a mask, you know. I just to be polite. You know, I know a lot of people are afraid. I'm not afraid. But I know they are. So, I look at it as just a courtesy. Once I leave the store, though, it comes right off. So, take that as you will. I'm sure both sides of the aisle are not going to be happy with me on that one, but that's fine. Absolutely fine. Anyway, back to the article. Something I wanted to add, some thoughts that kind of struck me after I got done reading it. millions of dollars going to foreign countries, millions of dollars for bailouts for these companies, and they're going to give the American people $600, maybe $2,000. It's kind of a slap in the face. I know quite a few countries made out with millions of dollars, which is absolutely outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. We have problems here that we need to take care of. We have homelessness everywhere, drug epidemic, unemployment. We have people that really need help. Other countries, sorry, this money is for us. If you want money, then copy us, right? Copy us. Free markets all the way. You can become rich too. But, yeah, American money should be for Americans, not foreign countries. Like I said, it's just outrageous. It's insulting. It really is. But another thought that struck me as odd, where's the money going to come from? I mean, if you think about it, everything's locked down. People are losing their jobs. Who's going to pay for this? Because the government doesn't produce anything of value, and they don't create any wealth, right? They can only take wealth from people that are making it and redistribute it. I mean, if you think about it, the government that we have that's all they do is just take wealth and move it around. They're very inefficient at it, as you can see, giving it to foreign countries. If everybody's locked down, who's making money? Who's going to pay for this? They're going to borrow the money? Okay, fine, but taxpayers are still on the hook for that. We got to pay that money back somehow. And they're going to get the Fed to print some money? Okay, well, the Fed don't work for free, man. They're going to get their money one way or another, and who pays for that? We do. So, I know you're helping people. I know you think you're helping people. And $600 is better than nothing. I get it, but how are we going to pay for this? I have to agree with Dr. Paul. Why don't we just end the lockdowns, and then we don't have to do this, right? I mean, makes sense to me. One last thing I wanted to bring up was the fact that the bill was 5,593 pages long. Really? And they don't read it. Of course they don't read it. They're too busy making money. Why would they read a bill? They're too busy enriching themselves at your expense. Why would they read a bill? They don't get paid to read a bill. I mean, half of them, they probably don't even vote on the bill. They're absentee, or, I mean, this era of lockdown, they probably don't even leave their pajamas, right? Why would they? Why would they read the bill? They don't care. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They don't even care about the money they're taking from us. Obviously, they're giving it away. They're giving it away to their friends, big contracts, bailouts, right? And then they give you $600 and they expect you to be happy about that. Come on. Really? Really? It's sad. It's very sad. And like I said earlier, it doesn't have to be this way. We can say no. This is a republic. We can put a stop to this. It's not just a one-time deal, though. You have to stay on them. You can't just protest once or write your congressman once and then say you did something. I mean, yeah, technically you did something, but you got to stay on these people. They're not afraid of you, right? They got all the money in the world, right? Me, we're just the little people to them. So let's make them a little uncomfortable, if you know what I mean. I mean, honestly, I'd like to see a rule. If I was commander of America or first citizen, and I could wave the magic wand, I would make a rule where every single bill had to be read on the House floor or Senate floor, wherever. Any bill that came into being had to be read in its entirety by, who's ever in charge, the Speaker of the House, the leader. Yeah, in its entirety. And every member who wants to vote on that bill needs to be present for the entirety of the reading. The whole thing. So if you need to go to the bathroom, the reading needs to stop. That would be my rule. You got to be there. You got to read the bill. None of this, we have to pass the bill to find out what's in it. No, none of that. None of that in my America, anyway. If I had the magic wand. Which one day, hopefully, I will. Something I'd like to have. But I digress. Another thing I'd like to see is laws that expire. Every law should expire, I think, after like 10 years or something. Too many laws on the books is ridiculous, If it's good law, we can keep it. If it's bad, ditch it. So yeah, just random thoughts that I thought you might find interesting. But I definitely think my little rule would help out on these astronomically and outrageously large bills. I mean, of course they're not going to read that. It's big, and they don't get paid to read it. They're too busy enriching their contractor buddies. They're too busy greasing palms so that when they get out of office, they can go get executive suites in the nearest Fortune 10 company. 500, whatever. Gotta love it, right? Gotta love it. Anyway, but like I said, Dr. Paul, great man. I saw him speak at UC Davis. It was good. It really was. It was good. Good man. So, anyway, I hope you find that interesting, and I'd be interested to get your thoughts on it as well. Yeah, not much else to say other than that. I'll keep it quick. I hope you have a good night. I hope you have a good weekend, and I wish the best for you. And if things are not going the way you want, or you're struggling, feel free to reach out. And don't be afraid to reach out. I mean, friends, family. Even myself, I try. I'll do what I can, We're in this together. And don't be afraid. And don't try to go it alone if you can't. There's no shame in that, I know a lot of people right now. It's having a hard time, And I mean, even in my life, right? We all got problems, so I feel you. I do. So with that said, yeah, have a good weekend. Yeah. I hope you'll join me again. I really do, and I hope you'll drink with me again. Yeah. Alrighty. Good night, everyone. Take care.